Hello grade 8 learners, welcome for our today's English lesson here at MwalimuPLUS. I am teacher Naomi. So today we shall be learning a new concept, but before we start, let us first go through the work we did in the previous lesson. In our previous lesson, we read a passage, answered question from the passage, and I left you an activity which was to help you revisit the work we did on that day. So I want us to go through the activity so that you can find out for yourself whether you were able to give the right answer. So this was the question we were supposed to answer according to the passage we read about a mobile phone. Why has the world become a global village? Why has the world become a global village? The choices given were: you can communicate far and near, you cannot communicate in your country, you can only communicate in your country, and lastly, you can only communicate in your county. So out of the four, which one has made the world seem to be just but a village? So let us go back to our passage and read the part that contains the information pertaining the world becoming a global village. Let's read together. The world has become a global village. You can communicate to a person in a far county, a far country, and a far continent. Now, a person in a county, in a country, those are people near us. Continents, people far away from us. So which of these four statements has made or explains why currently we see the world as a global village? What did you write? Now the correct answer is A, which says you can communicate far and near. People in your county, a person in the next county, people in your country, people in other countries, people in a different continent, meaning you can communicate near, you can communicate far. It is not true to say that you cannot communicate in your country. It is not true to say that you can only communicate in your country. Again, it is not true to say that you can only communicate in your county according to what we read. So I want to believe you were able to give the right answer. Were you? Very good. So let us now turn to today's work. I want you to pay keen attention because after this, again, we shall do an activity together. Then still I will give you an activity that you will do on your own. Now today we shall be learning the use of the word will plus third person subject. The use of the word will plus third person subject. So the first thing we need to remember is, what is a subject? Now when we talk about a subject, we are talking about the doer, the person, the thing doing the action in a sentence. That is what we refer in English to as subject. Now, when we talk about person, first person, second person, third person, here we are talking about the pronouns that we use to replace names of people and names of things. For example, boy. If we don't want to use the word boy, we can replace it with he. So he is a personal pronoun. Mary. If we don't want to use the noun Mary, we can use the pronoun she. So she is a personal pronoun. So these personal pronouns are grouped into three. We have the first person pronoun, the second person pronoun, and the third person pronoun. So the third person pronoun and the second person pronoun take the word will when forming sentences. As we go on, we shall see how. So let us start looking at who is this, or which pronoun is this we call the second person. When we talk about the second person, we are talking about the person we are talking to. For example, I am talking to you. So you are the second person. Now, in the second part, let us see what is this that we call third person pronoun. Now, the third person pronoun is the person talked about, and this is represented by pronoun he, she, and it in singular. For example, in a sentence, we could say, according to the picture we have on the screen, he is using a computer, or she is using a computer, meaning we are talking about another person. It's not I, it's not you, so the other person, that is she, he, or it. Now, these three, he, she, and it, are the third person pronoun in singular. We also have a pronoun that is the plural of he, she, and it. That is the pronoun they. So, pronoun they is the third person pronoun, but in plural. Look at the picture on the screen. We have children using a computer. So the personal pronoun we can use here, we can say they. They are using a computer. So the word will, how do we use it? When do we use it? We use the word will to talk about an action that will take place later, time after now, in future. So if somebody is planning that after now they will watch a program on a television, we can say, if we are using the second person, you will watch the program. If we are using the third person, we could say, she will watch the program on the computer. So let us first check on how to construct sentences using will and second person subject. Now, the second person subject, we've said, is represented by the word you. You is the second personal pronoun. So, according to the picture, somebody is supposed to repair a computer. It will happen time after now. So, what shall we say? You will repair the computer. Meaning you've not done it and you are not doing it now, but you will do it. Still with will. Now let us see how to make a sentence using will and third person subject. The first one is she. Looking at somebody using a computer typing a letter, we can say she will type the letter. That means she hasn't typed the letter, she hasn't started the action, but the action will take place at a time after now, later, in future. We can still make the sentence using another third personal pronoun that represent a singular male, that is he. So we can say he will type the letter. Then in plural we can say they will type the letter. Now, this will and second person pronoun together with the will and third person pronoun can still take some different tenses. We can have future simple tense. We can have future continuous tense. We can have future perfect tense. So now we are going to look at these three types of tenses and how to form a sentence in each of the tense. So we are going to start with future simple tense. So whatever shows future is the word will. Now what shows tense is the form of the verb. So in this case, when we want to show future simple, we use a verb in its present form. For example, in the sentence we have, you will send the letter. You will send the letter. The word send is in present tense. So when you join it with will, then it shows future simple tense. Still, we can say she will send the letter. Still, it is in the future simple tense. Now from there we go to future continuous tense. Now from the whatever we've learned before about continuous tense, how do we form a continuous tense? Very good, by adding ing to a verb. So for the word read, if you want to make it continuous, we add ing, we get the word reading. So now we are going to see how to form a sentence to be in continuous tense and also to show future tense. So here we use will to show future continuous. And then the verb, we add ing. In between the word will and the verb that is in continuous tense, we use the word be. So the sentence now reads, you will be. So our verb is photocopy. Photocopy, you add ing, it becomes photocopying. So let us read the sentence together. You will be photocopying the letters. That sentence is in the future continuous tense. If we want to use the third personal pronoun in plural, we shall say, they will be photocopying the letters. So after looking at future continuous tense, let us now see future perfect tense. Now when we say perfect tense, we usually mean that the action is already completed. To show perfect tense, we use a verb in its past participle. We also use the helping verb has or have. Has for singular and have for plural. So here we have the subject they, which is in plural, meaning we shall use have. And then shall will show future tense. So what do we say? They shall have read the email. He will have drawn the poster. He will have drawn the poster. This shows that the sentence is in future perfect tense. After future perfect tense, we have the last one, which is future perfect continuous tense. Now, what shows perfect tense is a verb. What shows future tense is the word shall. What shows continuous? ing. Then we use have to show perfect. And then been is used between the verb and the word have. So if somebody reads an email and it should be in future perfect continuous tense, then we shall say they shall have been reading emails. Now that is the end of our today's lesson. Let us see if you are able to do the activity given. Write the correct word in the gap. Write the correct word in the gap. He will be dashed to the computer college. He will be dashed to the computer college. Which of those words best fits in that gap? Is it seen, going, went, or wented? The correct word should be going. Therefore, the sentence should read, he will be going to the computer college. After that, I want to leave you with this simple work. Do it on your own, and when we meet in the next lesson, give me the correct answer. Until we meet in the next lesson, bye-bye.